Do you have any idea of what happened during a hypnosis session? Let's find out with a crazy story happening in New York years ago. In a middle-class suburb of the busy city, lived a family involved in the local church. They had a daughter, who at the age of 14, began to have hallucinations of dead and demons around her. Her parents first consulted the parish priest, who advised them to meet with a religious authority to ascertain whether their daughter was the plaything of demonic forces, or was mentally ill. The exorcist could do nothing, except that the girl seemed to see things that were either crazy or psychic. He recommended to consult a famous doctor in New York, who used hypnotherapy to help patients. At the beginning of the session, the girl shared about her visions. The famous psychoanalyst, with the parents' agreement, decided to practice hypnosis. At this point, the girl starts to scream and wanted to run. The frightened parents took her away from the practitioner, and left in fear and anger. When their child had calmed down, she was able to explain what she had seen. When the hypnosis ritual began, she saw demons coming out of the practitioner's body, trying to break through an invisible barrier of her mind. These demons seemed to emanate instinctive forces. The girl felt all the doctor's thoughts as living beings, trying to force the barrier of her body to control her mind. She felt mentally raped. The family was shocked by this revelation, and decided to file a complaint against this famous psychoanalyst. It was necessary to call upon a religious authority of the country, who has a great experience of exorcism, and is recognized by many. In court, behind closed doors, a hypnosis session was prepared with the presence of this priest. He was able to see and describe what was happening. He begins to say, those who can see in the invisible what is happening at the time of the session would be afraid of the forces involved. He continues, during the hypnotic suggestion, there is a transfer of invisible living substance between the practitioner and the patient. Like the ectoplasmic substance of a strong spell. He goes on to say, this substance seems to be inhabited by demonic elementals that penetrate the patient. As if the intimate thoughts and instincts of the practitioner are reflected in the mind of the patient, even before there is any suggestion. He concludes that those who practice hypnosis are unconscious black magicians, because demonic elementals infiltrate their sessions. Many spiritual scientists know that the etheric body of each individual is the carrier of memories, but also of his instincts. Hypnotic suggestion triggers a transmission at the etheric level between the subject and the practitioner. The instincts and most intimate thoughts of the practitioner are reflected in the mind of the patient before having to suggest anything. Hypnosis is a psychic rape. It reveals a destructive influence on the patient's will and free will. The black magician acts in the same way and attracts demonic elementals of an harmonic nature in a fully intentional way. We also warn against those who extensively use hypnotic regression to search for childhood memories. Shamans and exorcists maintain that to awaken and manipulate repressed memories is to play with real bombs in an already fragile psyche. For the rest of life, and even after death, the patient will remain imprisoned in obsessed structures. The court closed the case without further action. The story was buried, and since then, no research has been done to confirm the facts.